Welcome back to Switch World. The Nintendo Switch has become a hub for amazing AAA ports, bringing some of the best games from other platforms to its hybrid console. While the Switch may not always match the graphical fidelity of its competitors, these ports manage to deliver a fantastic gaming experience. In this video, we'll count down the top 10 best AAA ports on the Nintendo Switch, showcasing the games that offer the best performance, features, and fun. Let's dive into the list. Assassin's Creed. The Ezio collection brings 3 of the best entries in the Assassin's Creed series to the Nintendo Switch. While the graphical fidelity is a bit lower compared to the PS4 or Xbox One versions, the games still hold up remarkably well on the Switch. The stunning Italian cities, like Florence and Venice, are fully realized even if at a slightly reduced resolution. The frame rate holds steady at 30 FPS, but you may experience a few drops in busy areas or during intense combat sequences. The port includes all the DLCs and even gives players the option to use motion controls with the Joy-Con, adding an interesting layer to the experience. Though the visuals may not be as sharp as modern versions, it's still a great way to experience these classic adventures on the go. LA Noire brings the gritty, film noir-inspired detective experience to the Nintendo Switch, and while the visuals don't quite hold up to current-gen consoles, the game still delivers a great experience. The game's rich 1940s Los Angeles is perfectly recreated, though some of the details are less crisp on the Switch's smaller screen. The frame rate stays at a solid 30 FPS, but there are occasional drops during intense scenes with multiple moving elements. On the plus side, the game introduces a unique feature with the Joy-Con motion controls, allowing players to examine clues more interactively, making the detective work feel more engaging. The story remains compelling, and the variety of cases and investigations makes it a great pick for anyone who enjoys a deep, narrative-driven experience.
Swindle. Get down from there right now!
Dark Souls Remastered on the Nintendo Switch takes one of the hardest and most rewarding games ever made and brings it to the hybrid console. While the visuals take a hit compared to the PC or next-gen versions, the atmosphere and overall world design still shine through. The game runs at 30 FPS in most areas, which is a solid frame rate for such a demanding game, although there are occasional stutters when entering certain zones or encountering multiple enemies. The remaster includes all the additional content from the original game, giving players the complete Dark Souls experience on the go. The difficulty and deep lore are intact, ensuring that even with a slightly reduced graphical quality, it's still an incredible experience for any fan of the series or those seeking a challenge. BioShock on the Nintendo Switch brings the iconic underwater city of Rapture to life with a strong port that captures the essence of the original game. The visual quality is slightly downgraded compared to its console counterparts, but the game still looks great with its Art Deco architecture and eerie atmosphere intact. The frame rate runs at a stable 30 FPS, though the experience might dip slightly during heavy action scenes. The port includes the base game along with the added content, such as the 2 additional story-driven episodes. The Switch version also provides flexibility with its handheld and docked modes, allowing you to play on the go or on a bigger screen. Even with a few visual compromises, BioShock remains an unforgettable experience, combining a captivating story, atmospheric world, and unique combat mechanics. If you're a fan of narrative-driven first-person shooters, this port is a must-play. Diablo 3 on the Nintendo Switch is a great fit for the console, delivering the addictive action RPG gameplay fans expect while maintaining solid performance. The visuals are vibrant and detailed, though slightly scaled down from other platforms. The Switch handles the game well, with the frame rate remaining consistent at 30 FPS in both handheld and docked modes, ensuring smooth gameplay even during intense action scenes with hordes of enemies. The game includes the Reaper of Souls expansion and the Rise of the Necromancer pack, providing hours of additional content. One of the standout features of the Switch version is the ability to play with up to 4 players locally, making it a perfect party game for friends. The portability of the Switch also means you can dive into Diablo 3's dark world wherever you are, which is a fantastic perk for fans of the series. Skyrim on the Nintendo Switch is a fantastic port of the beloved RPG, allowing players to explore the massive open world of Tamriel wherever they go. While the graphical quality isn't quite as high as on PC or next-gen consoles, the game's atmosphere and expansive environments are still incredibly immersive on the Switch's smaller screen. The game runs at a stable 30 FPS, which helps keep the experience smooth even in larger towns or wilderness areas. Skyrim includes all the DLC expansions, Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn, offering a wealth of content to explore. One of the highlights of the Switch version is the ability to use motion controls for archery, adding a new layer of immersion. The portability of the Switch makes Skyrim perfect for those who want to take their adventures with them on the go. Even with some visual compromises, it remains a must-play for RPG fans. Doom Eternal on the Nintendo Switch is a technical marvel, bringing the fast-paced, demon-slaying action to a portable platform without compromising too much on performance. The graphics are impressive, though not quite as sharp as the PS4, Xbox One versions, but the game's design and art style still stand out. The frame rate runs at a solid 30 FPS in docked mode, and while there are minor dips in handheld mode, the action remains fluid. Doom Eternal's brutal combat, fast movement, and challenging enemies are all present, and the sound design amplifies the intensity of the experience. The port also includes all the additional downloadable content, DLC, available, giving players even more to sink their teeth into, whether you're playing in handheld mode or docked Doom. Eternal's exhilarating action and metal soundtrack make it one of the most enjoyable and high-energy experiences on the Switch. Persona 5 Royal on the Nintendo Switch is an excellent port of the critically acclaimed JRPG, offering the same stunning visuals, intricate storyline, and turn-based combat fans loved on the PS4. While the graphics aren't as detailed as on more powerful consoles, the stylish art direction, vibrant colors, and character design still shine through on the Switch. The frame rate is stable at 30 FPS, which works well for the turn-based battles and the game's many animated cutscenes. The game is packed with content, including all the additional DLC and the expanded Royal content, which adds new characters, areas, and storylines, making this version the definitive edition for newcomers and returning players alike. The port also retains the ability to play in both handheld and docked modes, allowing for an on-the-go experience without sacrificing much in terms of presentation. Persona 5 Royal features one of the most engaging narratives in the RPG genre, paired with a fantastic soundtrack and unforgettable characters. Despite the slight compromise in visual fidelity, the Switch version of Persona 5 Royal remains one of the best JRPG experiences available on the platform, and a must-play for anyone who enjoys story-driven games. Bayonetta 2 on the Nintendo Switch is a spectacular action game that pushes the console's capabilities while offering one of the most fluid and exciting gameplay experiences available. The game's visual quality is impressive, with stunning character animations, fluid combat sequences, and beautiful environments. Although the resolution is lower than on other platforms, the vibrant colors, smooth animations, and dramatic effects make up for it. The frame rate remains solid at 60 FPS, especially in docked mode, ensuring that the fast-paced combat never slows down. Bayonetta 2's high-octane action and tight controls are a perfect match for the Switch, allowing for lightning-fast combat and dynamic combos. The game also includes all previously released content, including new modes and outfits, along with the ability to play as the character in different forms, giving players plenty of variety in gameplay. The addition of local co-op multiplayer adds a layer of depth and fun, making it a perfect game to enjoy with friends. The portability of the Switch also allows you to take Bayonetta 2 on the go, which is ideal for anyone who wants to dive into the action at any time. Whether you're playing on the TV or in handheld mode, Bayonetta 2 remains an exhilarating and satisfying action game that stands out on the Switch. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition on the Nintendo Switch is an impressive port of one of the best RPGs of all time. Despite the hardware limitations of the Switch, the game retains much of the beauty and atmosphere that made the original so iconic. The visuals are obviously dialed down compared to the PS4 and PC versions, but the world of The Witcher still feels immersive, with breathtaking landscapes and atmospheric lighting. The frame rate is generally stable at 30 FPS, though there are occasional dips during intense action sequences or in crowded areas, which is a minor trade-off for having such a vast open world on a portable console. The complete edition includes all of the DLC expansions, Hearts of Stone, Blood and Wine, as well as all the additional content, adding hours of gameplay to an already massive world. On top of that, the Switch version introduces motion controls for sword combat, giving players a more immersive experience while wielding Geralt's iconic steel and silver swords. The portability of the Switch makes it even more enticing, allowing players to dive into The Witcher's rich world anytime, anywhere. Despite a few visual compromises, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt on the Nintendo Switch remains one of the most impressive and enjoyable AAA ports, offering an unforgettable RPG experience on the go. That wraps up our list of the top 10 best Nintendo Switch AAA ports. These games prove that the Switch can handle some of the biggest titles, delivering great experiences whether docked or on the go. Which one is your favorite? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on Switch World.